to that of his father, who won 3 125 championships and 1 250, chased the title during the season. But he also knows that nobody is likely to dominate in quite the way that Sébastien Tortelli did last year. Give this race a chance to see just who has got the initial advantage before the real World Championship gets underway. And the whole shot for Mike Brown, the American, who we spoke to earlier on in the program, has switched to 250s this year, and he's got the initial advantage from Frédéric Bollé, Pit Byra, and Sébastien Tortelli is back in 4th position at the moment. The rest of them following through. Remember, a mix of all the different classes in this race, as coming through number 1 there, quite a long way back for the man who we may have expected to be going a bit better, Stefan Everts, the double 250 world champion. Mike Brown still leading, but Sébastien Tortelli's now moved up to 2nd position. There's Mike Brown, there is Sébastien Tortelli, number 24, up into 2nd position and really chasing after the American. The American trying to get used to the European tracks, the European scene. Good conditions, fairly dry track here in the south of France for them to get used to initially. Very different to some of the wet and muddy tracks that he'll have to adapt to. Sébastien Tortelli takes the advantage though. The Frenchman, of course, very familiar to this sort of terrain from all his years of French motocross riding, takes over the lead, and Mike Brown goes back to 2nd. Frédéric Bollé is in 3rd place, number 5. Pit Byra is in 4th position. Monique Revert's in 5th, and he's the first of the 500s. So on the big bike, Monique Revert's is the front runner so far, but up front it's Sébastien Tortelli, who looks as though he's going to come through to win the first race of the year. Not a championship race, but still an important win for the young Frenchman moving up a class. Inside the whole shot for Frédéric Bollé, number 5, ahead of Mike Brown. The American still going well, but at the end of the first lap, Brown it is in fact who comes ahead of Bollé. Kurt Nichol's gone well. He's up into 3rd place on the 360 KTM. That's the 2-stroke KTM running the open class, the 500 class, but with the 2 strokes it's a 360cc engine. Kurt Nichol back in that class going well. Tortelli, though, number 24, has had a fall. He's dropped back this time, the winner of the first race, back down to just outside the top 10. And it's Mike Brown who leads from Frédéric Bollé, number 5 there. It's again the battle between the American and a Frenchman. It's just a different Frenchman this time. Talon Volland, number 3, he's taken 3rd place, so another American running well. 4th place for Stefan Everts there, number 1, who's got ahead of Britain's Kurt Nichol. Into the final laps, Frédéric Bollé getting a little closer to Mike Brown. Brown's still under pressure and in fact making a mistake, and it's Bollé who comes back into view ahead. Frédéric Bollé has taken over the lead. Brown is now down to 2nd place, and in fact no, further down than that. Brown's down to 3rd because Talon Volland has come up into 2nd position. So it's Bollé who wins race 2 ahead of Volland, Brown, Everts and Nichol. This time the whole shot once again for the American, number 75. Consistently rapid off the line, and the guys are going to have to watch out for him on the 250 scene, there's no doubt about that. He launches himself into an early lead, and it's Kurt Nichol who's in 2nd position, Tortelli in 3rd position. Behind him, Bartolini on the 400cc Yamaha. He's going well. Frédéric Bollé, Talon Volland and Stefan Everts round up the next runners. Mike Brown still leading as Tortelli has moved up into 2nd place. 3rd place for Talon Volland. Kurt Nichol's dropped back to 4th position on the KTM, but this track not really suiting the bigger bikes. It suits the more nimble 250s, and Kurt Nichol's still doing a fine job on that KTM in the open class, and at the moment he's the front runner of the big bikes, as up front still the battle going on. Brown still with the advantage, and there's been a clash between Bollé and Bartolini. So those two have dropped back. Brown still leads. Tortelli 2nd. Volland is in 3rd. Brown just taking a little look over his shoulder. In fact, Volland's come up there, as you can see, into 2nd place. And Talon Volland is really the man on the charge now. We've got the battle between the two Americans. Talon Volland, number 3, is getting past Mike Brown. And Brown has been consistently the front runner, but it doesn't look as though he's going to win any of the individual heats as Talon Volland goes ahead. Brown stays in 2nd place. Tortelli is still in 3rd place. There he is, number 24. Bartolini's in 4th. And Stefan Everts, very quiet opening race this for Everts. He's next up on the number 1 bike. Everts making a bit of progress in the closing stages, and in fact he will come through to finish in 3rd position in the end, but it's going to be Talon Volland who wins this 3rd heat. the third race, with Mike Brown finishing in second place, Stefan Everts third, Bartolini fourth ahead of Tortelli. And Stefan Everts